Hey fashionistas, welcome back to Photizo Fashion Academy. My name is Telma, and today I want to show you how to make this beautiful crop top with a bell sleeve. So if you're interested in seeing, or if you're interested in making something like this, please watch this video to the end, because once in a while I'm dropping valuable tips in this video as we go ahead. So let's just get right into the video. So let's start with the neck measurement. The first thing I'm going to do is to mark the width of the neck, which is 3.5. I'm using 3.5. Then the length, then I'm using 4 inches. So now I'm just going to connect these 2 points together. The width is 3.5 and the length is 4 inches. So from this point, I'm going to take my shoulder measurement. So the shoulder measurement I'm working with is 16, which is divided into 2. That will give me 8 inches. So from these 8 inches, I'm going to come down with 1 inch for my shoulder slope, and I'm just going to connect it together. I didn't know my camera was just doing its own at this point, so I don't know. But here, what I'm marking out right here is the length of this top. So I'm just going to take out the length of the top, which is 17 inches. So I'm just marking out this 17 inches and drawing a straight line. Now let's mark our armhole measurement. So my armhole measurement, the armhole measurement I'm working with is 7 inches. So I'm just going to mark 7 inches at this point for the armhole measurement. So the next thing I want to do is to connect that 7 inches to here I'm just ensuring I just ensured I have a straight line. So I measured 8 inches as well, so I can have a straight line from both the shoulder and that point. So there was nothing really there. I wasn't really doing anything. So I just measured to ensure I had a straight line before joining. So at this point, this is my armhole measurement. So now I'm going to look for the midpoint of these lines. The midpoint of these lines, which is 3.5. I'm just going to mark that out. Now let me show you something. I met someone who had issue with connecting the armhole. This was how the person was doing it. So I decided to just bring it here so you see that mistake, so you can, in case you are struggling with that as well. So the first thing, before we get there, let's measure our bust measurement. So on this chest line where we marked our armhole is where we are going to put our bust measurement. So whatever bust measurement you're working with, that's where you put it. So now what this person was doing is to draft out the armhole this way. You could see I'm struggling to connect these 3 points together, because I'm supposed to connect from the shoulder to that midpoint and the bust measurement. So I'm really struggling with it, but this was what the person was doing. So you can see, after connecting the 3 points together, you can see what came out. You see? So wrong. This is not how to connect your armhole. When you are marked from that midpoint, you're supposed to go inward by half an inch. Inward, and this half an inch also is not stereotype, depending on the measurement you are working with. So you're supposed to go inward, not outside. Yeah, so I just wanted to drop that here. Let's just go on with this video. So you're going to connect from the shoulder to that midpoint and to the bust measurement, like so. You can see how easy it is to connect these 3 together, unlike the first time. So now, after marking out our bust line and connecting our armhole, the next thing is to go to the waistline. On this waistline, I am going to use my bust measurement as well. I'm not going to use my waist measurement, which is 28. I am going to use my bust measurement. Why? This top does not have a zipper at the back, and it doesn't have any opening at the neck or anything. It doesn't have a zipper, so it has to be able to enter from the top to that waist part. So here on the waistline, you're going to use your bust measurement as well. So now that we are done, this is all we need to do for this top. I haven't added any form of allowance to this top because this is my pattern. I usually don't like adding allowances to my pattern, so I can always upgrade or downgrade the pattern. I can always use it for any other thing, so I usually do not add. It's just a personal preference. So let's just go ahead to cut this off. So on the armhole part, I'm going to cut out only the back armhole because I'm using one armhole for the two sides, both the front and the back. So after cutting out the back, before I'll retrim to cut out the front armhole. So this part of the neck, one more thing, on the neck, if you do not want it to go, if you want it to go higher, you don't want it to be too wide, you can just cut the back part of the neck like with 1.5 inch and connect to the width of your neck. So that way you're going to have an opening at the back so the head can fit in easily. So that way you not have both the back and the neck the same way. If you don't want the back and the front the same way, you can just go ahead and use 1.5 inches, then have an opening at the back so the head can fit in. But here I want both the back and the front to be same neckline. Now this is what we have. I'm using this to cut both the front and the back of this top. After cutting out the back, I'll trim off the armhole to retrim the front of the armhole as well. Let's get to the sleeve of this top, this belt sleeve. So here I'm just marking out a starting line again. So all my measurements will start from that line. So from that line, I'm going to take out the length of my sleeve. The length of my sleeve is 22. I'm just going to mark that out. So now we're going to be using this sleeve. This is a simple block sleeve. This sleeve I already created it's on the channel. I'm going to link the video to this link in the description box. So I'm just going to use this sleeve. Why do we have to start from the scratch when we have something we can work with? Also, not to make this video too long, so I'm just going to use that block for this. So what I did here was to just place my basic sleeve block like so on my paper, the paper I marked out just now. So from this point, on the length of where my sleeve was, I marked out 12 inches, which was going to be the width for my belt sleeve. So from that, on that 12 inches, I went up at this part, I marked out 1 inch. I came out with 1 inch and I connected that 1 inch to the 12 inches here at the bottom. So I hope this is clear. Let me just say it again so you understand. I placed this basic sleeve block on that paper I marked out. I traced out the armhole. Then on this part, I came out with 12 inches, and here I came out with 1 inch, and I connected that 1 inch to the 12 inches mark I had there, and I cut it out. That's just our belt sleeve. Very simple. Now, if you want the V shape that is on that belt sleeve, you want that V shape, what you need to just do is to, at this part, the folded part of the sleeve, you come up by 2 inches. You can go up by 3 inches as well, or 2.5 inches if you want the V to be very sharp. You come up by 2 inches. So from that 2 inches, you are just going to connect it to the end of the other part of the sleeve like so. Just draw a straight line to connect from one end to the other end together like so, to create that V curve. So if you want the V to be more sharp, you can as well go up with 0.5 inch or 1 more inch depending on what you want. So I'm gonna have to cut the fabrics as well with all the allowances I had. This was where I added the allowance on the top. The first step is to pipe this neck. Is to pipe this neck with bias, or with bias, or if you don't have bias, you can use the same fabric you are working with. you are just going to pipe this neck like so. You're going to use the first part of the bias to sew it this way. You're going to open the bias, sew it this way in. The first stitch will go this way. After doing that, you're going to now turn the bias like so to fold the neckline inside. Then you sew along it as well. So you're going to do this for both the front and the back of this top. So after doing that, the next step is to join the shoulder of the front to the shoulder of the back, right sides facing each other. You're going to join it with the allowance you left at your shoulder. So yeah, I've gone ahead to pipe the neck of this top, and as well I've gone ahead to join the shoulder of the top. So the next thing we want to do is which is the third step. So let me be calling it step by step, so if you are following the step, you are not going to make any mistake. You've gone ahead to do first and second. So now you just want to ensure your measurements are correct. If you need to trim off the shoulder or anything you want to do, just ensure you've done it at this part. So the next step, which is going to be the third step, is to attach the sleeve. So you're going to find the middle of the sleeve. If you iron it, it will just show you the line. So you're going to connect the middle of the sleeve with the middle of the armhole. Just going to sew it along like so. So you're going to do so for both sleeves. Okay, so I've gone ahead to join the sleeves. This is what we have. Our top is coming out, it's having shape. So now I'm just going to turn it right side facing each other to close the sides of this top. So here I'm going to join it. I'm going to ensure that everywhere is matching. The armhole is matching with the other armhole, the front and the back matching together, and the whole sleeve, everything is matching. I'm going to just sew a straight line along the part from the sleeve to the hem of this top. I'm going to do so for the two sides. After doing that, I'm also going to hem the length. I'm going to hem the down part of the top as well. I've gone ahead to do so. When I used to join the sleeves, and I've hemmed the down part of the top. The next thing we want to do for the sleeve, so if you just want to leave your sleeve plain like this, you're just going to hem the sleeve as well. But I just wanted to do something different here, so I'm thinking of using this net. Assuming I had like fringe I was going to use, I would have used fringe, but I do not have fringe. I just want to do something creative with it. I'm just going to pleat this along the sleeve, and let's see how it will come out. And this is what we have. It turned out well. This is nice.